what's up? It's Chrissy. You can call me your dungeon queen, but not in the sex way, in the D&D way. It's the D&D podcast. Whoa! It's just me and my friends having a good time playing D&D for the very first time. These first 2 episodes are prequel episodes. They have different characters in them. It all takes place before our main campaign, and it's just about us learning how to play D&D. For that reason, this first episode is a little bit flawed. One of the players, James, was visiting home at the time and had to use a really shitty microphone, so if he's hard to understand, I'm sorry about that, but it won't be present in the second episode and all subsequent episodes. For a bit of an intro about what's going down in this first episode, we've got 3 characters. They're going to show up in a town. There's going to be a mystery to solve. It's kind of your typical D&D thing. However, I do believe that greatness comes from the execution, so hopefully this is a lot of fun. So on that note, get ready to feed that nerd in your brain. You're about to meet the Travelers of the Unknown. The Mines of Pebblesmith, Part 1. Okay, so we're gonna do D&D. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Everyone's excited to do it. Are you not?
Everyone except Callum.
So there's just been an intro that explains that this is a demo game. I'm gonna read out a bit of scene setting. We'll enter nerd mode, everyone. What I'm about to tell you is legend. No one knows if it happened exactly this way, if it's entirely fabricated or maybe partially true. Deep in the undergrowth of the woods, 3 travelers make their way, all having come far and met by chance, seeking some shelter in this harsh world they inhabit. One in which the oceans are so vast that travel between lands is almost unheard of. History can fade into legend in a matter of decades, and magic, dragons, adventure, and unearthly beasts are plentiful. There are mad gods and flaming cults to worship them. There are men gone mad, with power to rival said gods, and wars so bloody that only the intense beauty of the peace that follows keeps any sanity alive. Though it's not all bleak, for in small villages, cut off from the incessant violence of the main populace, a weary traveller of the unknown may find their rest. This is what our heroes seek, when they finally clear the dark woods and find the town of Pebblesmith. Andrew, you're all in Pebblesmith. Here you are.
Fucking hell, that's a good intro. That was strong.
Thank you. So you've all just been travelling through the woods for a long time. You've all just entered into the town of Pebblesmith. It is a kind of a small town, a very small town. There are a few shops. To the north is a farm. To the east are the housing departments, to the south are the mining departments, and to the west are the woods where you came from. In the middle of the town, which is very decorated and kind of the centre of attention, there's an inn, a market, an armoury, and a store within sight. And now, if all of you could introduce your name and who you are and what you are, starting with Callum.
So my character's name is Aaron Scott. He is a forest gnome ranger. He is a protector of the woods. He much prefers nature to the company of people or other places. So yeah.
Okay, James?
My name's Kazik Bangor. He's a... Oh, fuck, what's that again? I've got the name right!
Oh my god, sorry, you said Kazak's Bangor, I started drinking
I'm a big fan of Kazak's Bangor.
So I'm Kazik Bangor. I'm a halfling from the village of Morningwood. He's likes to become one with nature. He's efficient in martial arts, and he will never harm nature.
Oh, lovely. And that is Morningwood spelt morning, not morning as in
break of dawn.
The death of a loved one.
Yeah.
It's the other way. It's the other way. It's not the... Because if it were Morningwood, that would make it sound like it was some kind of lowbrow boner joke, Matt.
See, I was actually not trying to laugh at that. I think that's kind of a beautiful thing.
No, Matt.
It's a noble village.
It's a noble village,
I
Matt.
feel like we're getting sidetracked here.
You're being silly. Anyway, Matt, describe your character.
Sure. My character is called Susam Undergooch. She is a fierce dwarven battle maiden who has cut her teeth on a life of adventuring. She fights with 2 large axes called Slam and Dunk, with another 2 mounted on her feet for throwing at people. She's impulsive, she's brash, but she's brave and charismatic as well. Oh, and she's 63.
I love her. Okay, so we haven't said ages, relative ages. They're all fairly youngish.
Aaron Scott is he's 69 years old.
But
Alex is 50.
I forgot that you put the age of 69. Okay.
We don't want to lower ourselves to lowbrow jokes.
Hey, that's just an age, man.
What do you
it's just an
mean?
age. What the fuck?
It's an
That's
age.
just how
man.
old
You
he
think
is.
You think no one in the world is 69 years old?
It's not interpretive at all.
Sorry, I love that the names of these people are Susam Undergooch, Kha'Zix Bangjaw, and Aaron Scott.
Isn't Aaron Scott the guy who used to sell that fucking like deodorant or?
That's Barry Scott.
Scott.
Maybe
Oh,
Barry
Scott. That was
I'm googling Aaron Scott.
Wow.
Barry Scott's his uncle from another world. You're in the Pebblesmith Square. It's not super busy. It's you can't tell. It's like it might be busy for Pebblesmith, but it's not very busy. There are like a couple people walking around, some mothers with children. It's a populated village. It is very late as well. I forgot to mention. It's very late in the evening. You're all very weary from a long travel.
I think as a suggestion, we should find ourselves a definite bed for the night at the local inn, and then maybe explore the town before nightfall and meet some of the residents.
Perhaps go to the inn and arrange lodging for the 3 of us while the others go out and maybe...
That's a good idea. That's efficient.
You have immediately split up, which makes my job very difficult, but go for it. Fine.
Or we stick together as a group and go to the inn together.
I mean, that would save the tab, wouldn't it? We could just pay individually.
It would
then.
stop me from having to describe a thing for Callum and then a thing for everyone else.
Okay, let's all go to the inn then.
Let's all go to the inn then.
Let's go.
You open on the inn. You walk in. It's a small wooden kind of homely looking thing. There is a young girl at the desk who is kind of she looks very tired. She looks a lot like she doesn't want anything to do with anyone or anything to do with anything. She has in her hands a popular teen magazine, Teen Rogue.
That's my
favourite.
She's reading from it. She's flicking through the pages, not really looking at you. There's a bell next to her and the word receptionist on a little desk. There's an upstairs, some stairs in the background which you can tell lead to the bedding areas. The inn's basically empty.
Well, would anyone like to take the approach?
Who's got the most charisma allowed?
Well, I'm quite an outgoing individual.
Aaron is not a very he's not really a people person, so I'd say...
She probably can't actually see him from the desk.
I was going to say...
He's very small.
Well, yeah, we're all below the counter at this point.
Kha'Zix and Susam are definitely visible. It's only the tiny gnome boy who is kind of hidden.
Can I put him on my shoulders?
You can. You lift. I mean, do you want to be lifted, Aaron Scott, or are you going to resist?
Yeah,
that?
because I'll take you if you resist. You're going on these shoulders.
Do you want to resist, or are you happy? You're happy to have this happen?
It's not consensual, but...
If it's not consensual, I'm going to have to ask. I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Me or Aaron Scott?
No, you're going to have to roll a general strength check.
So I need to do strength.
That's in skills and right down at the bottom.
I can't see the
Oh
strength
fuck,
one.
Matt! Go on skills. It's right at the bottom.
Yeah. So I need to roll. Is it what dice am I rolling here?
You just press the button. It does it for you.
What button?
The button on other. There's a dice button next to unskilled strength check.
Oh yes. Okay.
Susam doesn't quite have the strength in her. She kind of picks for Aaron Scott. She grabs him, but Aaron Scott wriggles out very quickly, and it's incredibly awkward for everyone in the room. Basically, what just happened in front of you was you walked into an inn, looked around, Susam grabbed at this small gnome boy, tried to lift him, and he wriggled out, and everyone's just very awkward now.
My poor strong arms cannot carry this gnome.
Is that Susam's voice?
Get back here, tiny man.
I don't know what the voice to do. I don't know.
Just
I
relax.
don't know how to play this. Do I play this seriously? Or
Let
do
it
I go-
happen.
How do I go? There's 2 ways I could go.
Kha'Zix, how do you respond to this strange situation you just saw?
Oh.
Incredibly erect.
Fucking James.
This is a pretty niche kink you've developed here, Kazakh.
rubbing.
Strong.
That's the only reason Hazzix goes around.
James, roll for boner.
I want to roll for boner.
He got a 20. He got a 20 for boner.
Oh yeah.
It's a very big boner, very impressive.
Very befitting of Morningwood.
Susam, do you want to approach?
I will.
Hello, little lady. I would like to book a bed for myself and my companions for tonight.
She flicks to the next page of Fantasy Rogue and she goes, okay.
Susam looks quizzically back at her companion before staring back, one hand scratching at the counter.
Would you please provide us with a lodger so that I and my companions might spend the night?
I'm so glad this isn't a permanent character. This is how.
I'll change that. Could you please provide a lodger so that me and my companions may sleep tonight?
She looks up a little. So, what makes you think I even work here?
Well, you appear to be leaning at the front counter with the words reception engraved upon it, I would assume.
Yeah, but what if I'm just sitting here?
Then I'm sure you're violating some sort of security law.
Well, I wouldn't be because it's my mum's place, okay? Do I look like I work here?
Susam curls her hands into a fist and slams on the desk. Listen, girl!
She kind of cringes like she's not very impressed.
Yeah, because I'm having to lean up onto the counter to do it.
Yeah, you barely made
So
it.
if you were on my shoulders, she'd be much more intimidated. Where can I go for a bed?
Here, but like I'm asking, do I look like I work here because
You
like
look
my mum
like
works
a pain in the dick, lady.
Well, that's just rude. I don't want to serve you. Hey, little bald guy, can I serve you? Little bald guy, can I serve you, please? Come forward. I was just asking, do I look like I work here? Because like I don't want to look like I work here because my mom works here, and I don't want to look like my mom. I'm just kind of, looking after it in the time while she's gone.
Susam slumps against the wall.
It's just doing a thing. You didn't play along. You're so angry. You have a lot of pent up rage. I can tell. You should really look into like herbal teas or something. She goes down under the counter and brings out an extremely dusty, very heavy, thick book that she bangs onto the desk, and dust goes everywhere. It's extremely old. It has the word Hammerthorn. It looks like it had a full name, but the first name has been scribbled out. There's a scribbled out word and then Hammerthorn family in, but family has kind of been added more recently, and even more recently than that, in a different pen, quotation marks around the word family have been added.
I don't know, books could be sarky.
She flicks open the book and starts going through the pages. Most of them are full, like dating back to years and years. And so, are you all going to be in like the same room? Any of you staying in the same room, or are you going to want separate rooms?
Okay, pause real quick. I'm deadly serious. How the fuck do I play the voice?
Just make something up. If you don't have to do a character voice if you don't want to.
I know, but the thing is, my instant reaction is for some reason to go Scottish.
Do it.
Do it.
Fucking do it then.
Jesus, right?
What, my dear, are the prices of these rooms individually?
It's going to be 1 gold piece per room.
I'll fork out for a separate room from these creatures.
You got a problem with plants, mate?
You can sleep in the garden.
James, why have you got such stage fright, honey?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I want to go home.
You're such a...
It's because he's so little, that's why. You can't hear him.
Oh, he's so little.
Hey, don't say that about James. I mean, we all know he's got a small one, but you don't have to you don't have to bring it up on a podcast.
Well,
Jesus.
he can't bring it up on a podcast, so why? Someone's got to try.
I want to go home.
This is why I said I can't predict how long this is going to take, because we're spending way longer than I thought we would in the end right
I
now.
asked for a room and you said no. It would have been over.
Because you were fucking rude. You were being rude to the character.
I was polite at
He
first.
wasn't. He came up being polite.
No, yeah, but then he slammed his fist on the table like, "Rah, I'm a mean dwarf.
Yeah, because you kept on refusing him a room.
Yeah, but it's not me. Don't blame me. It's the fucking person behind the counter.
You're the face
Jesus.
of the problem.
You're in charge of the person behind the counter. You're the-
I wrote the character. I'm not.
Susam kicks the door in. I'm kidding. She doesn't.
No. Okay, right. The woman marks down a thing in the book. Bald guy and dwarf lady, are you going to be in the same room?
I don't mind sharing a room.
Okay then, great. So that's going to be for you guys. It's going to be 1 gold piece for the gnome and 1 electrum piece each for the 2 of you. She takes the money, she puts it away, she marks down you guys for the room. Okay, they're just upstairs. And she stands there and she's doing it all, kind of scribbling away. And as she goes, she kind of leans on her hand. And she just kind of starts talking to the air, Like, she doesn't really care that you're here, you're there. She doesn't really care what you think of this. She's just talking. My mum, owns this inn, and she's just gotta have me. I mean, it's not my fault that she married the kind of guy who's just gonna up and leave, because she gets this big inn thing, and it's like, oh, we're gonna run an inn together, and then he fucking goes away, and now I gotta spend all my time running the damn thing, and I don't even care. I haven't even met the guy. It's probably a dick.
Can I roll a charisma thing and maybe try and earn the favor of this girl? Not in a sexual way. I want to get to the bottom of her problem.
Maybe I can pick a flower outside to give to her.
I think we're trying to earn favor with her.
Well, she's already booked your rooms, and she's like, okay, they're just upstairs.
Yeah, but
I want a happy ending.
She's opened up to us. Yeah.
You need.
Well, that's not what I was going
last
for.
Chinaman. Hand it over to me.
So go for it, guys. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and sympathise with her and try and be her friend, be her girlfriend.
Okay.
A gal pal.
So go up and say what you want to say, and then I'll roll the check to see how well she responds to it.
I can't help but notice, one girl to another, that you seem just so overworked and so underappreciated around here. Why is it about this place that makes you so upset? And more importantly, where can I get a drink?
She actually she softens up a bit. You did very well there. You kind of did the whole girl to girl thing. Kind of got to her.
So I knew this would work.
You're both young. You're both.
I mean, I'm 63 years old.
Well, you're young in dwarf years.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, she goes, well, I get you trying to be all friendly and everything, and I appreciate that. Yeah, we sell some alcohol here, I guess. I can give you you can get like a beer, like a thing of ale for like a couple silver pieces.
Reckon you could slip us a free one?
No. Because you haven't even asked my name yet. Because you're trying to be friendly and you haven't even asked my fucking name yet.
Oh, excuse me.
That's a very good point.
Matt, I'll be honest, speaking as someone who, for however briefly, has worked behind the bar, the minute you ask for a free drink, you're not going to get one.
Yeah, you now have minus. All charisma checks are going to be on disadvantage from now on for Matt.
What if I give her the flower?
Just on this character whose name you still don't know because you haven't asked.
What is your name, my dear?
Marion.
It's a beautiful name.
Yeah. The last name's kind of shitty, though. It kind of sounds... I mean, I know. The last name's kind of shitty, though, because it sounds like somebody just made it up on the fly. Like they didn't have one planned or written down or anything. What was it again? I've forgotten.
Hammerthorn.
I gotta note that down so I don't forget. Shit.
I'll be honest, that is bordering on, like, World of Warcraft. No, World of Warcraft, because the World of Warcraft is bad at naming.
Yeah, well, Hammerthorn, people don't think
Hammerthorn.
about... It could be real. It could be real. Who cares? Maybe it's a...
It couldn't.
Fuck you. It's Undergooch is real.
It's a beautiful name. What are you on about? Okay, so can I purchase a drink for my companions, please?
It's going to be 2 silver pieces.
You said it was 1 silver piece previously.
It's going to be 2 silver pieces for you.
It's 2... Well...
Just pay it. We've had enough.
You know what? I give her 3, and I say keep the change.
Okay, she takes it.
Aaron is currently scouring the tables looking for any half-empty tankards of ale that he can kind of steal and then take a seat.
Oh, okay, let's do that. Let's go investigation.
Yeah, actually, I'm proficient in it, so...
Oh, a critical failure.
Oh
no.
The search goes so badly that you feel as though you're now going to need even more alcohol to better your mood. That was a double critical failure. Holy shit.
Damn, we're not off to a good start here.
How on earth did I manage?
Can I make a suggestion, guys, that we take our drinks and we explore the city, the town? Yeah, I'll buy a drink for everyone.
Cheers, lad.
Excuse me, I don't drink alcohol.
I'll give it to Aaron Scott because he said he needs 2 drinks. He's sad.
Oh, that's true because of that critical pint scrounge failure. So you all have pints. What now? Can we get out of the inn? I'm very sorry. You weren't supposed to spend this fucking long in the inn.
Yeah, I think we should take our drinks and let's go explore the town.
Move your things. Move your things. You have free movement. We're not in turn-based combat. You can move wherever you want around the town.
Where do we want to go? I think we should meet at the fountain.
I was going to say we meet at the
Kazakh
fountain.
seems to have jumped into the fountain.
He likes it. He likes all the water and that shit. He sees the first
Are
thing
you sure?
he likes.
Out of interest, how deep is the fountain? Because I mean, he's quite little.
It's very shallow. It's very shallow. He's fine. He's having a great time.
He's looking at the algae on the bottom of it. He's like, oh.
What I'm going to need you to do, actually, since you're up there in the fountain, I'm going to want you to do a roll, actually.
I am noticing there's a skull on top of the fountain, which doesn't seem...
There is a skull engraved on the fountain.
Oh shit.
Roll perception.
Okay, I see.
Okay, nothing happens for now, but I'm going to keep note of that. That's for something later. So,
Oh, Jesus.
That's ominous.
yeah, so I'll keep
God.
note of that for something later. Okay, carry on.
Oh, he tastes weird.
Looking at the fun time that Kazik's having, Aaron decides to have a little hop into the fountain as well.
Okay, roll. Callum, you can also roll perception now. Yeah. No, bad.
How the fuck am
Just bad.
I'm proficient in both of those.
Although you are so very short, but you're not drowning or anything. You're not going to drown, but you are having a significantly less great time than Kazix.
You pee a bit in the water, and everyone notices.
Can I roll for peeing?
Everyone notices.
Everyone.
Can I roll for? Oh, I'm not hiding.
Have you finished your 2 points yet?
Yeah.
Roll for drinking. I have actually added a custom drinking skill.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh no, it's not on Aaron Scott. Hold on, I gotta add the drinking skill to Aaron Scott.
Wait, are you serious? You actually added a custom drinking skill?
Alright, okay, I'll drink alcohol then. I will drink alcohol.
It's based on constitution. So you all drink
I'll
it?
drink it in one go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shall I roll twice?
Darn it! I mix mine with a bit of pond water.
I finished mine and put the bottle in my hair like a flower.
Aaron Scott rolled drinking twice. He got a 6 and a 12. So your first pint, you didn't handle that well. The second one, you handle okay. So overall, you're quite a bit tipsy. So you definitely piss in the fountain without any thought of the consequences. Definitely.
Like it goes bright yellow.
Yeah, 100%.
And it opens a secret trapdoor.
Matt, you also don't handle it very well.
Wow, I'm meant to be really good at drinking.
So you're also quite drunk, Matt. You kind of feeling like you want to do something boisterous right now.
I want to find out what's going on in the town.
Okay.
You said there were some people walking past.
There are people walking past. If you want.
Can I drunkenly stagger up to one of them and say, "Tell me about the rumours"? My exact words are, "What's going down in this hip town?"
The woman very quickly glances to you and goes, "We didn't order any," and runs away. The people in this town aren't very friendly, and it is very late at night, and you are scared. It's a human village, by the way, I didn't mention. You are quite spooky. There's a very short, bald man, a weird gnome, and a kind of totally decked out with axes and weapons and shit, sexy dwarf lady who's very strong.
Okay, I want to ask, can we go to the store and ask? I feel like a storekeeper might know.
The store is closed. It's very late.
Dick.
Everywhere's closed.
Oh, Aaron was going to wander over to the market and see if there's anyone left packing up or anything.
It's closed, it's late, it's like midnight.
What was to the north?
North is a farm.
Should we go cow tipping?
You can potentially go cow tipping if you want to go to the farm.
Aaron pipes up and goes, "Hey lads, I heard there's some farms to the north of here. Let's go tip some cows."
Susam nods her head so enthusiastically.
Excuse me, what is this cow tipping?
Don't worry about that. We'll show you. We'll show you how to do it.
What?
Nature Boy's not going to be happy about that.
This was such a good idea.
So instead of going on an adventure, we just got pissed and then we're going cow tipping.
There is actually an adventure here that you haven't found yet.
I think it's going to be something to do with like a cult or some shit, and we're just fucking about in a fountain.
Like the town's under the control of an evil warlord, but we're just splashing about in the
Do you know what we've done so far? I want to point out what we've done is I tried to pick you up and failed. We pissed off the local inner. We pissed in the fountain, and now we're going to go tip cows.
Okay, you're at the farm. There are no cows here, there's only sheep.
Okay, sheep will do.
You're going to try sheep tipping?
I don't want to just tip it. I want to punch it over with Susam's raw, brutal strength.
You fucking maniacs! You're the worst heroes ever. Okay.
That's
no
the
idea
name,
what we're
that's the
doing.
name of the play.
So you go up, okay. So Matt, I'm assuming you want to go vault the fence.
Aaron just draws his short sword quite quickly and begins to creep up behind one of the many sheep that are in the field.
You're going to have to get past the fence first,
I mean,
unfortunately.
we're all
Oh,
quite little.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Funnily enough, I didn't predict this would happen, so I am now going to have to come up with some kind of saving throw for the sheep.
Strong dwarf last night. Chuck me over, eh?
Well, I'll toss you over this fence, alright?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you lift him, because he's willing now. You lift
Oh,
him.
I'm fucking rolling the athletics, so this should be easy. 14.
14, you definitely do it. So you throw him up into the air, he does a cute twirl, and then he lands. And he lands directly on a sheep. You don't land on the sheep, you land next to it. So let's
Now, moving up quietly to the sleeping sheep. Try not to wake it
Okay,
up.
you're gonna have to roll stealth.
Hopefully, for once, this doesn't fuck up.
Oh, you're amazingly stealthy.
Oh,
You're so
Lord.
stealthy that Kha'Zix suddenly goes, "Where the fuck has he gone?"
Excuse me, dwarven woman who with the massive axe, where has the small gnome boy gone?
I've not a clue, my friend.
Aaron pops up from behind the first sheep, short sword in hand, drawing it back, and with the flat of the blade, gives an enormous slap on the behind.
Just a general strength check, and I'm going to do the saving throw of the sheep. Now, this is quite a large, fat sheep, so it's not going to be easy to tip it. You got a 6, and the sheep gets an 8. The sheep's a little bit off balance now, and you've actually made it a bit easier to tip for the next person who's going to attempt to tip it. You could just try again.
Yeah, I reckon you need to get that mother working so hard that he runs through the fence, and then I fucking jingle all the way him into the floor.
So you gotta just startle. You gotta start. Okay, so you have successfully woken the sheep, I'm gonna say.
So now, trying to direct the sheep towards the fence, he goes again with the flat of his blade to hit the side of the sheep.
Also do animal handling here.
I wonder what sort of crops they have over here.
Kha'Zix just wanders off over towards the crops. Oh, you're extremely good with the animal. The sheep kind of listens to you. As you touch it, the sheep is like, even though it's a bit crazy, it's like, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with this. Oh, but you're not very strong.
I'm perfectly strong.
The sheep is just oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking hell.
The sheep actually is gonna knock you, the sheep knocks you backwards, and you're gonna do...
Into the other sheep.
You're actually gonna do... can you roll 1d2 of damage?
What? Fuck off.
This is the thing. This is what your drunken things are doing. You've scared this sheep, and now you've done 2 damage. I'm sorry. So this is pretty embarrassing so far. Kha'Zix is just rollicking in the wheat.
I do like the fertilizer. The soil is very nutritious.
I pick myself back up, and I go for one final strike.
Okay, roll strength one last time. And this time, I'm going to give you inspiration because you're not giving up. So go for it. You get the highest roll. I want a critical. I want this to turn out. You roll a 17.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you hit that sheep good. Hold on. The sheep is now going to roll. The sheep is perfectly matched with you. However, because you've been wearing it down, you do manage to get the sheep moving in the direction of the fence. The sheep charges at the fence. And yeah, fuck it, it breaks through it. The sheep has broken through the fence and is just passing. It's just passing Matt now. Susam now. Matt? Matt, are you there?
He's fucked off.
Matt!
Did Matt just leave?
Matt!
Oh, alright, fuck me then.
Matt!
Okay, I'm saying the sheep has escaped.
Yeah, why did you fuck off?
Jesus, why did you
I had to go to
leave?
the toilet. I told you.
I didn't hear. You missed it. It was amazing. Aaron took 2 damage, but then he was so energized that he hit the sheep really hard and it went through the fence.
Oh my
and
God.
Is right next to you currently charging.
Time to home run this then. Susam braces herself to slam dunk that motherfucker into the earth.
Strength check.
Strength check, okay. Oh, what?
Oh no!
You
Oh,
punched
dear.
the floor.
I'm gonna get knocked over. This is not going well.
You rolled a fucking 1.
I literally could not have gone worse.
So, Matt, you're also going to do 1d2 of damage.
God, shitting damn
You're
it.
the worst adventurers
We
ever.
are, we're so bad.
What the fuck are you doing wasting your
Dice
time?
out
You've done
together.
1 damage.
I do not wish to intervene, but what is that glow coming from that house over there?
Oh, it appears that the lights are
Oh,
on
fuck, leg
in
it.
the farmer's house. You've woken the farmer. You can hear angry footsteps approaching.
Just run, go.
Why are we running? What is going on?
Just run, lad. Just run.
I grab Kha'Zix's hand, I run.
Okay.
And just as you're legging it, the farmer kind of goes out and you hear him yell, "What the hell are you doing? What is my sheep doing outside of the pen? Do you know? This is a poor town. We don't have a lot of food."
I say, screw you, Daddy-O, and I roller skate home.
You're all so mean. It's amazing.
Susan lives for
my
adventure.
God.
That's one of her main bonds.
Oh, fucking hell. Alright, well, that was a series of events, wasn't it?
The night has just begun.
I think we should go to sleep, and then we'll continue our reign of pants.
So then I head to the inn and wander up to my private bed.
Susam and Kha'Zix, snuggle up into bed, and then Susam rolls over and takes the blanket by accident. Just heavy sleeper.
Can we roll for awkward? Hold on.
Awkward.
Do I get lucky?
Do you want to attempt to?
Yes!
Kazakh's going to put the moves on you. It's fine.
What?
What do you say to her? What do you say to her,
Do
Kazakh?
you want me to deflower you?
63, mate. That day has come and gone.
Okay, you're gonna roll persuasion.
What? No way.
I feel like as the character, I have the right to say no here.
They do not call me bag job.
Okay, Matt, how likely are you to have sex with?
Very not likely.
Okay, it's not good enough. It's not a good enough roll.
I push him out of the bed.
You take 1d10 of ego damage.
1d10.
Libido dies.
The character turns away. He just fucking dies on the spot.
You all fall asleep, and in your sleep, you're all going to regain all your health back.
Yeah.
We've been playing for an hour, and that's all you've done.
What a good
seriously,
hour.
the inn was meant to take 10 minutes, and you made it take an hour. You all wake up the next morning. Guess you all get out of bed. Unless you want to do anything before you get out of
Nope.
bed.
I get out of bed.
Susan
You
very
sure?
quickly gets out of bed and marches down the stairs. Marion doesn't care still. She's actually now reading. She's finished Teen Rogue. She's reading Young Adult Rogue.
Aaron kind of stumbles downstairs and wanders up to the counter, kind of peering over as he can just reach up. And he says, "Hi lass, got any bacon?"
She looks up and she says no.
Ask. Maybe we should go to the market and get some food.
That was going to be my next step, actually.
Okay, so you all you're gonna head to the market, I guess. Kazakhs, what have you been doing this whole
I've been
time?
checking the garden. We'll start playing with some grass in the garden. Whatever.
Just as a reward for being the only one to not take damage fighting a sheep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You guys are so fucked when actual monsters.
I
show
know.
up
We
later
got hit
on.
by a sheep.
Yeah, okay. So Kazakhs, you pick up a beautiful lilac. It's gorgeous. You now have a lilac.
Oh, fantastic.
So you're all at the market. You go to the market and you are greeted by a happy, smiling fellow. He's a portly fellow. It's a bit stereotypical of what you'd expect of someone who owns a market, but he's kind of overweight, but he seems to be rocking it, you know.
Jolly.
He opens his arms and he says, "Greetings to my store. My name is Kjarl, and it's like Fantasy Carl.
Very self-aware in this
It
universe.
is not often we get travellers from afar to come to our place and order. We have apples, bananas, grapes, beef, lamb, bread, jam. Oh, you name it, we've got it. Well, not really. That's pretty much all we've got, except for some. We've also got some milk."
Aaron walks up to the market tender and goes, "Any bacon you got?"
Yeah, we have some slices of bacon if you'd like. That's going to be 1 electrum piece.
Could I get one of those too, please, sir?
Yes, you can for 1 emerald piece. One electron EP, 1 EP. He hands you some sizzling bacon wrapped in paper.
Do I get some bacon or do I have to pay?
You can have some bacon. That's one EP.
Here you go.
Okay, sweet. So you've all got bacon. Quest complete. You've won.
Can we say a big old cheers, touch bacons and eat
Yes,
them?
you can. You can.
Cheers, companions.
Cheers,
to
lads.
Pebblestone.
Cheers.
It's
Dink.
It's Pebblesmith. The market guy looks pissed off.
Pebblesmith.
You've just walked into my town and got the name wrong. I mean,
I was too taken aback by its beauty.
you've won me over. I'm a softie.
I think we should... Oh, wait, while the market keeper's here. Market keep, what's been going on in town? We are new and wish to know what is happening.
Well, you might notice we're a bit low on stocks at the moment. There's actually been quite a bit of trouble with the farmer's sheep being eaten.
Oh.
Just last night, some people tried to push one of them over. I don't know if it was related.
Oh, it sounds terrible.
It's
I'm
terrible.
sure they failed dramatically.
People that do this stuff just disgust me.
Disgusting.
People are getting all superstitious about what it might be, you know, how people are when they exaggerate things.
It's probably a ghost.
No, it's probably just some wolves or something.
Yeah.
They used to actually have a wolf, a kind of a sheep dog, that they'd caught from the woods who was protecting, you know, the crops and everything, but it died a little while ago, and the farmers just, you know, no one's really, there's no real adventurers in town anymore. We're quite to ourselves. No one.
Wait a second. Did you say adventurers?
I did say adventurers.
Well, good sir, you are in the presence of 3 strapping young adventurers themselves. What is the farmer's name so that I might find him and address him?
Fuck.
Good name.
The farmer's name is Randy Quiff, and he's just up there, and he points towards the farm. If you want to go visit him, I'm sure he'll tell you all about the issues he's been having.
Guys, I smell an adventure. should we go and find out what happened to the sheep that definitely wasn't us?
Yes.
So we're back on the farm. Just going to assume you all walk up to the farmhouse.
Who wants to take the lead here?
I'll do it if you want.
Yeah, I think you should, because, I mean, he might recognise us.
Yeah, I don't feel guilty about doing anything to his
No, it
crop.
was dark, so I don't think he would have. But, I mean, just to be safe, I whistle to myself.
One of the fences is not quite as it was before. It's... Oh shit, I've just moved the grass.
Alright, I'm going to walk up the door and give it a good old...
There's silence for a second, and then, I'm coming, and the door opens, and a man with a slender face. He's younger than you'd expected. He's an older man, but he looks young. His general vibe. He's got grey hair. He's got a grey beard, and he actually has a quiff. He actually has hair. The strange thing about him is typically you'd think farmers wouldn't have grey hair. He has amazing hair. He has fantastic hair. I've got to make this point. You are in awe of the hair on this man, on Randy Quiff. His hair is beyond stellar.
Oh, so, right, okay. Hello there, good sir. I'm sorry to bother you, but couldn't help but noticing your crops are amazing.
Oh, well, it warms my heart to hear someone talk so. Many people don't have an appreciation for the
Agriculture.
agricultural arts. That's the word. Thank you, Kazik. I don't know your name. Thank you. What's your name, my fine friend?
I am Kha'Zix. This is Aaron Scott, a known friend. And finally we have Susam, the strongest of us all. We are just on an adventure, and I couldn't help but notice first your crops, but secondly, your sheep are not looking as well as one would think.
Yeah, about that. The farmer's gonna roll a 1d20 right now. Luckily he gets a 1, and it seems for a second he was gonna recognise... he almost remembered. It seems as though he blinks it out of existence. He just forgets. He's just like, yeah, sure.
Susam coughs precariously.
They're being eaten. Everybody's saying it's wolves or something. I've owned wolves. I'm good with wolves. I've had many a wolf pet. I don't believe it's wolves. Would a wolf pick an entire sheep up and derail it with not a sign of it, not a trail of blood, nothing? It's just gone.
Derail?
Defoot it. I don't know, lift it, take it away. Fuck you, Matt.
You see, that's why marijuana is not legal in this.
Anyway,
I don't know what marijuana is. You're not talking about the wizard plant, are you?
Oh, possibly. I've studied some of it. Yeah, mate. I am. What you dig?
Depending on who I'm talking to,
is this really happening?
I definitely have some. Depending on who I'm talking to, I'm not sure if I have any. He makes note of the tattoos on Kha'Zix and seems to be like thinking, you're kind of you're about peace, relaxation.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
For the sheep.
James, for the sake of the podcast, can you say that again?
Just bleep it with a bar.
Fucking hell. Oh, the sheep! Oh, sorry, the sheep interrupted you there. What were you saying?
I'm actually crying right now.
So you said something about the sheep disappearing?
The sheep they're being picked up and gone. Like, they're not being eaten. There's not a carcass. There's not any remains. There's no sign of a struggle. They're just gone. They're just gone one morning. They're just not there anymore.
You mind if we take a closer look at this so-called gone?
Do
we have a look at your sheep?
Yeah, you could have a look at the sheep. You should be pretty easy. As I said before, some people broke the fence last night. I don't know what they have messing with an old man, a poor old farmer man. I don't know.
Susam she looks down at her feet and just kind of scuffs at the ground, a nearby rock.
Aaron wanders over to the fence and he has some skill in tracking, and so he kneels down to the floor and begins to look around on the ground for any prints or tracks that might
Yeah, so you're gonna roll perception and you're kind of down on the ground looking at the grass and stuff.
I'm looking for like prints, tracks in the ground, anything that might indicate what was here or what direction they went.
There are simply no tracks you can discern of. The ground feels there's something about it. It's difficult to say. Your perception isn't quite as high as it would need to be to discern this, but there is if I could describe it, there's a sort of electricity in the air. There's a sort of strange feeling that you're getting that you haven't felt anywhere before. It's very minor, but there's something that almost disturbs you about this kind of area of this like sheep pen that you're looking at, just a general area.
There's something strange about this. Can't tell quite what, but there's something in the ground. I don't like it.
I wonder what strange occurrence could have tainted the air in such a way. I'm going to roll my insight.
You got a 5. You don't discern very much about the situation. It's confusing you. Actually, if you can go ahead and roll nature, Kha'Zix, just to like confirm
Nature,
this.
let's have a look.
Because your general insight didn't tell you much, but if we combine that with your knowledge of nature, perhaps this will reveal something. It's an expertise, so you should be okay. 14. I'm going to say that plus the 5 insight is going to be enough to give you some information. Kha'Zix, you come to realize that the strange feeling that you're getting, it's definitely magical in origin. It's definitely non-normal. There is something magical about this situation, something enchanted, be it a dark curse, it's eerie. It actually sends a chill down your spine as you sense this. It's almost frightening what it is.
What surrounds the farm?
It's not just the one farmer. There are other farmhouses off in the distance. I probably should have explained this. Other farmhouses off in the distance. There are fields and fields, and beyond that is just woods. This is a small town surrounded by woods.
If we're sensing an aura, I would think the best thing to do is we need to find out if there's any sort of talk to the locals and see if there's any magical history with the town.
Okay, there are other NPCs you haven't talked to yet. So
right, I think we should all go and talk to different people. One of us should go talk to Marion. One of us should go talk to the armourer, and one of us should go talk to the store.
First we'll do Matt's conversation, then we'll cut to Callum's.
Okay, I'm going to say that I don't take Marion, as we don't have a good footing.
Well, I'll head to the inn. I will head to the armoury, I think, because I think I would have good discussion with an armourer.
James, where are you going to go?
Guess the store?
I guess the store's the only place left, yeah.
Okay. So Susam enters the armoury.
There's a guy stood right outside the armoury. He's a young man, about 20. He's kind of slim fit. He's not super buff. He looks a bit sickly, a bit weak. And he's dressed up in very fragile looking kind of armour. And he has he has kind of a small gingery beard and some gingery hair coming down from his face. And he turns to you and he goes, "Oh, no, sorry, no civilians are allowed into the armoury. It's not a shop as much as it's a place to suit up for the town guard, the town watch."
I was not here to enter the armoury. I just wanted to ask where you had your armour made. It looks magnificent.
Over in the store over there, it's
beautiful.
It's actually not. It's really tattered and shit.
I know.
I'm clearly lying. Just to inform everyone.
I'm buttering them up right sharp. Well, I've been trying to learn a little bit about the town from different people. I mean, the store clearly seems a place I need to visit. Is there anything else you'd recommend I learn about the town?
Nothing too crazy happens. It's pretty chill. I mean, the fountain's pretty. There's just general. He seems like he's fumbling for words, like he really wants to talk big on his town, but there's not a lot to say.
Okay. It doesn't feel like he's lying, does it?
No, he's not lying. Well, you could check for that.
Good. That's insight, isn't it? You should check for... Oh, good.
Oh, you're actually able to tell that there's something he's keeping from you.
Shall we switch to someone else's conversation quickly?
Yeah, let's switch to James.
Crossfade.
Oh, wait,
I said Callum was second, but I already said James, sorry. It's just because the store is related to the armory, so I figured.
Right.
You've entered the store, and you are greeted by a dwarven man.
Oh,
He
shit.
has a long beard and a bald head with 2 bits of scruff on the side. He's a little bit lame-eyed. And looks like he's a little bit out of it. He's quite an old man. His beard's gone kind of grey, but there are hints of red hair in there as well. And he says, "Greetings, welcome to the local store. My name is Rupert Pibble. How are you today, young traveller?" He says young, and then he looks closer, he realises you're actually very short and quite kind of mature. So he's like, "I mean regular traveller?"
Fine, thank you for the compliment.
Yes.
My name is Kazakh. I have come to see if you have any rumors.
Rumours. They seem to stop. They seem to even quickly become even more lame-eyed.
Super lame.
And then look straight at you, like very quickly, like bodoing, like a kind of bodoing sort of thing.
Damn, what them eyes do.
And he looks around and he's like, rumours? No rumours here. Very clearly nervous in his actions. He scratches his
I
beard.
see. So if you cannot tell me about the rumors, maybe if I bought something from your store, maybe the bit of a gold piece will jog your memory a bit.
Well, I don't know what kind of establishment you think I'm running here, but if you wish to look through the stocks, I mean, go for it. To be honest, it's not that I keep rumours from you for any weird local people. We keep to ourselves. I don't want to gossip about the local people, you know. It seems rude. It seems very, very rude. I'm realising I'm giving most people the same fucking voice, but I'm new to it. So, I could make this one Scottish. I mean, if you look at the stocks that we've got back here, it's very faintly Scottish. It's almost like he's doing a bad Scottish accent. We got, as you can see up in the lineup, he points towards the lineup. You see a lantern, some lamp oil, red-looking vials, which you discern to be healing potions, and a blue-looking one, which you discern to be a very weak potion of strength. There's backpacks, water skins, ropes, and some crowbars.
Maybe I should rendezvous with my group before I make any sudden purchases. But that is quite a hefty stock you have.
Yes, we try to keep stocked here. It's all supplies for the mining and the just general town's work. The fountain out there, you may have noticed the fountain. When I was young, I was actually helped my father build it quite a while ago. It was something I'm rather proud of. It's gone down in the family name. We've been a long, the family's been here a long, long time, despite this being a human village.
Yeah, OG Madu, peace out.
Okay, we're going to cut to Callum now.
I walk in and I kind of quite casually come up to the bar.
You notice Marion is still reading Young Adult Vogue. You now notice in the back shelf the completed Teen Vogue along with Adolescent Vogue, Toddler Vogue, and Born Vogue. Pretend every time
you can tell what joke she's made up.
Pretend every time I say Vogue is Rogue there. Pretend I'm saying Rogue there.
Hi. Morning, lass. Don't have any water I can have from you, do you?
We have a tap.
Oh, that's alright. Say, you're a young person, and you're an innkeeper as well, lass. Suppose you must hear an awful lot about what goes on in the town, and you get a lot of gossip, eh?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. No, I'm just fucking with you. There's not a lot that goes on here. It's pretty boring.
I well know. It's just, I took a stroll up to the farm this morning and noticed some strange things around happening with the sheep.
Did he tell you the story about the sheep going missing?
Aye.
God, he's like, what is he, like 50, 60, 70? He's old. I don't care. It's just some wolves. They just need to get another dog. There's just nobody's man enough to go around and get another dog, you know? I actually kind of said, like, I'm not scared of wolves. I kind of offered, like, I go do it, me and the blacksmith or something. My mom told me no. She's like, no. And I just feel like she's got this thing. You notice that she's the kind of person who will just rant about her life to anyone whenever she gets the chance. You know, it's just the kind of thing. I don't know if it's because dad left because he wanted to go off adventuring or something, but she doesn't want me to get involved with that sort of thing. So I'm just sat around in the end, just I haven't got a lot to do.
Well, I mean, that sounds mighty brave of you. You know, I mean, I'm sure you'd like a bit of adventure around the town, eh? No?
Well, I mean, yeah, it would be better than nothing happening.
Speaking of the town, what do you know about the history of the town? I mean, it certainly looks like it's been around for a while.
Oh yeah, it's super old. Nothing's new. It's great. We get a lot of tourists asking about it, and it's always really interesting. Would you like a brochure?
That'd be helpful, actually. I mean,
well, we don't make them.
And the fountain in the middle's lovely. I mean, we've got a lovely market too.
Yeah.
How old is that fountain, by the way?
Fountain? Oh god, it was there before I was born. It's there before my mother was born. It's several centuries old, I'm sure.
What do you know about the town with the history of magic at all? Anything of that sort?
Magic? Nothing interesting ever happened here. I mean, we have an alchemist. It's the wife of the dwarf that runs the store. She's great. She makes spells and.
Oh, hello.
You know, when we used to have the mine open, she used to make a lot of strength potions to help people get with the mining work done faster. But nowadays it's a rarity. She doesn't do as much. We're a bit quieter ever since the mines got shut down. You know?
The mines got shut down, like why was that?
Recently, they had some accidents or something. People getting paranoid. You know, it's whatever. I don't really care. It's I'm sure they'll get them up and running eventually, because until then we're all kind of we're dirt poor. I mean, we haven't got as much food, and with the sheep going missing, it's
I'll tell you what, if there was, say, anything you heard or anything of that sort, I'm sure, a few silver pieces wouldn't go amiss here or there if you had any information that you might be able to share. So.
Are you asking me for the wizard's plant?
No, I'm
because I'm not the kind. If you wanna go talk to Randy quick.
No, I was just saying if there's, if you hear anything. I mean, if you're ever in need, I'm sure we could make an exchange. I'll be on my way now. Thank you.
As you're going, she kind of peeks behind her magazine, and you can tell that definitely came off creepier than you thought. I mean, she's a kind of stylish 17-year-old girl.
Oh, I'm not old for my race.
Yeah, people would call you. I'd call you cute. You're a small gnome. You're kind of adorable.
I'm like a young adult gnome, I suppose. I don't know.
Can I take a quick break and be right back?
Yeah. What's See, I reckon there's some dark history to this, and I think that alchemy, that woman, and the mind's going to play a key part in it.
They shut their minds. There's some paranoid incidents. There's got to be something like that.
I think we're dealing with some Cthulhu shit because it's Chrissy.
Oh, probably.
It's a bit metagame, I know.
She's going to hear this because she's going to get a recording of it.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. How you doing?
I called it.
Whatever. I don't know what you were all saying, but I will hear it when I listen back to the recording.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
Oh, are you greeting me? That's lovely. Anyway.
Yeah, we just said, hi, Chrissy.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway.
That's all we said.
Yeah, definitely nothing about anything weird. We're going to cut back to Susam. What were you talking about? Because I don't remember.
Well, I figured out that he was hiding something. So noticing that he is hiding something, I say, are you sure that's everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
I'm going to use my intimidation. I put my hand, not on his shoulder, but sort of just against the wall near him. I'm going to roll for an intimidation. And I'm going to say, you sure? In a kind of growling voice. Please work. Yes.
Oh, damn.
Terrifying.
He's like, holy shit. He kind of shrinks backwards into his armor, and he's like, ooh.
Susan's becoming a bit of a negative character.
He's like, well, there might be a few other things, I guess.
Such as?
Well, you look like a strong adventurer, right?
I'd say so.
Well, we've kind of needed some people with some brawn to maybe go sort this out. I'd venture in myself, but while I'm brave, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to go alone. It's the mines. It's ever since people started going missing in the mines. Everyone's kind of afraid to talk about it. They're saying it's accidents and all that, but I suspect that it's got something to do with the sheep going missing from the farm.
Out of interest, when the mines were closed and everyone went missing, was there an odd feeling in the air, an odd sort of electrical feeling, sensation?
I'm going to have to do a roll for Rupert. Oh, sorry. Spoiler. Do you want to ask his name?
What's your name?
His name's Rupert.
I'm Susan.
Storekeep. His name was something beginning with R. I can't remember.
His name was actually also Rupert.
Young Rupert is fully ginger, and you did say that older Rupert had some kind of ginger wisps in his hair.
First, he's going to do perception to see if he remembers any static stuff. He hasn't got a clue. He doesn't know if he did or didn't.
Rupert, you're a strapping young man. I want to ask, maybe would you consider guiding my party and I into the mines?
Into the mines? How many of there are you?
3, and we're all strong.
He's glancing at your battle axes and your very, very alluring muscles, and he's like, yeah, I feel like maybe this could work. I mean...
It's a chance for you to be a hero then, Rupert.
Well, he kind of seems to try to smarten up his armor a bit. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna go grab my gear, and we're gonna do this.
Just before you head out, Rupert, I mean, we adventurers, we have a code. Shake on it. If my name is Susam Undergooch and you are Rupert...
Pibble.
Then shake on it, Rupert Pibble.
Interesting.
He draws out his hand, and you clasp it, and you shake, and it's a good shake.
We'll meet you by the fountain.
+1 friendship points. So Rupert heads into the armory to restock. You guys have all convened at the fountain.
We discussed the information.
Yeah, so you all now know everything.
Is it not curious that both the guard and the storekeep have the same name?
What, some sort of egotistical moron calls their child the same name?
From what you said, his wife is an alchemist, correct?
Aye.
And that appears to be the only magical influence the town has any contact with. And with their family running so far back into the history, I feel like the Pibbles could be playing a larger role in this than we initially suspected.
Oh, Marion, she did say that the alchemist wife, she used to make strength potions and stuff to help them get into the mines, so if she perhaps wanted them to go down into the mines, then...
I mean, after all, the very fountain we're sat at is the creation of the Pibble lineage. They appear to have a finger in almost every pie in the town. Do you guys reckon we should investigate the mines first, or we should try and find this alchemist? Also, if we're going into the mine, we need lamps and shit.
I'll be honest, lads, can we afford them?
Maybe, as I am now friends with Rupert, presumably his son, he'll give us a loan so that we might help the town.
Like, with the closing of the mine and now the problems with the farm, it's running the town dry. We could probably get some donations if we wanted to, I mean.
I'm still a bit wary on this. I don't quite trust people here. It's the guy at the store. Maybe we should have a chat to him. I should warn you, he's quite a strange fellow.
Okay, to the store then.
Alright, you all head back into the store. Rupert, presumably Rupert Senior, Pibble, greets you with open arms. He's like, "Why, hello, you have actually brought some company with you. Lovely. Well, welcome. Look, here's all my stock if you'd like to buy anything. We don't get many tourists around here, especially such a beautiful young maiden as yourself." He nods at Susam, recognizing a fellow dwarf.
Well, I mean, it takes one to know one. I will say I did encounter a strapping young man outside who shares your likeness and name.
Well, yes, that be my son, Rupert Jr. You may be wondering how a dwarf can have a human son. Well, my wife, actually, she runs the alchemy of this store. I don't know if she's actually a half-giant. So when we kind of made Rupert, you'd think he'd be very strong, but it turns out combining half-giant and dwarf DNA just kind of, it's like it recesses and he becomes weak.
Susam plants her face in her hand. Well, speaking of your wife, is she around? I'd love to meet her.
I'm afraid she's very ill of late. Nothing serious. Just a slight fever. She's in bed. I don't see any need to wake her or bring her down to the store today.
Yeah, can I just like rally the group real quick?
Yeah, you've all kind of made a little huddle and Rupert's kind of just stood there awkwardly.
And we keep looking back at him and then whispering to each other. I look back, I scowl, then I return to the huddle.
I kind of peep up and I just look at him with like a kind of almost a confused look.
Callum never breaks eye contact.
In a way that I can create some sort of truth.
But maybe we should try and meet the wife first before we try and poison
you
her
want to fucking go, mate? I made the idea. You want to fucking go?
Do you want a fantasy go, mate?
Say, Mr. Pibble, what do you know about the mine?
Oh, well, I used to work in it when I was young. It's always been fine. It's just recently we've had some issues, collapses and accidents. What was your name, young woman? Actually, what are both of your names? I don't know. I know your friend Kazak's here.
Well, where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. I am Susam Undergooch.
Ah, beautiful name. Undergooch.
It's quite a common dwarf name.
It is a common dwarf name.
That and Danglesack.
And Danglesack. Oh, my cousin is a Danglesack.
Okay.
Susam blushes.
Is there still a way into the mine?
No, it's all boarded up, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a shame.
Susam, you were talking to my young son out there. I'm sure he spun some kind of tale at you about being part of the town watch and, some kind of evil presence in the mine. He's always going on about going in there and giving it a go. He's definitely not letting him. No way.
I mean, such a thing would be just foolish. It'd be terrible. Never do something
well,
like
no,
that.
not for you guys, but for Rupert, between you and me, it's a bit of a sorry sap.
And just as a layman's question, I suppose, what does the town make of Rupert?
Oh, they like him. There isn't much of a town watch at the moment. Not that there's much crime here. I mean, why would you steal when everyone's your neighbour? At the moment, he's taken on the small duty of guarding the mine, stopping anyone unauthorised from getting in. His main passion is poetry, but don't tell him I told you that. He gets embarrassed about it. I don't see why. It's quite good.
Okay, so roll a deception 8. How's that?
Well, you probably should have told the lie first, but he trusts you. He's pretty easy to convince. He's an easygoing guy. That actually works.
Mr. Pibble, I mean, the three of us, we're travellers, but we're also, especially with Miss Undergooch here, we're going into the prospecting business and kind of looking into kind of old closed mines that might be, suitable for reopening. I'm sure if that were to happen, then the Pibble name would have a lot more standing in the town, and probably a fair cut of the profit too. You don't reckon there's any way we could gather some supplies that we could head into the mine and take a look what's down there?
From one dwarf to another, to be honest. I mean, these two don't have a clue what they're doing when it comes to rocks, right? You know what I mean.
I mean, look, he brings out 2 completely identical rocks from below the map. Well, they probably look at these and think they're both the same.
Oh, these rock amateurs.
I mean, I could talk for hours about the intricate differences about these rocks. I've got to.
As could I. But
let me start for you now. This one, for example.
Just before you do.
Yeah, it's another time.
I mean, what I might suggest is, these 2 are going to get lost in a mine. They've got no chance. Now, I'm there to guide them, of course. But if you wouldn't mind loaning them something that might keep them, fit for travel, so to speak, I'm sure we can make it worth your time later on.
That would be absolutely fine. I could perhaps, I think 1 pickaxe and 1 lantern with 2 servings of lamp oil should be fine for the lot of you. I'm going to have to ask for some money in exchange, but it will certainly be a reduced price. I'll throw the lantern in for free, and I'll drop the pickaxe to 2 gold points.
So, just 2 gold?
The lantern's free. And how much lamp oil do you want? Eat 1 lamp oil burns for 20 minutes.
Should we get 3? An hour?
I think 2 would be fine for you guys. Plus it's 2 gold piece per lot, so. But you're going to have to cough over 6 gold pieces.
Oh, actually, can we try and save it, because we're working for Randy Quiff, that he'll cover our expenses.
You can go talk to him if you like.
We will be back momentarily. We just need to withdraw some funds, so to speak.
You're over at the farm. Here you are. Kazakhs, you knock on the door at the
I'm
farm.
sorry
The farmer comes out.
to interrupt your day again. You must be a busy man. I do apologize. Are there any other farms around here? Is this crop quite hard to come by? Does it fetch a lot of coins?
This farm provides the main source of food for the village, the lamb. Other things like beef and pork we get delivered in from trade organizations that help small towns with food. I think that we use our Just Feast to order our supplies. Regardless,
I've been to the town. It's a lovely town, but it does look quite boring. I may have something that you might be interested in.
I mean, I've told you before about the sheep problem. If you seem strong adventurers, if you could help me in any way with that, I'd be very, very grateful, yes.
Oh, how convenient. I'd be most generous if you would sort of fund our little expedition here. I'm
I would
sure
have to
we
ask
can
for
both benefit.
something first in return, just a small chore. It would be a huge help to the town, and then I promise I would do all I could to aid you if you were to journey into. Well, where would you even be going?
With the knowledge we've figured out so far, the mines appear to have something to do with the disappearance of your sheep.
He is very clearly less convinced by you. He can't quite figure out why. There might be something you've done in the past, but he can't. There's something about that voice.
Anyway, okay.
I'll step
in front as okay as my ex-friend.
What would you like in return for the 6 gold?
There's a
farmer?
shortage of strength in this town. Most of us are quite old. Many of the young leave these days. But I could really do with a wolf to protect this place. If you could venture into the woods and capture me one, I'd pay for all of your expedition needs.
That sounds right up my alley.
So you all head into the forest.
Let's freely explore, I suppose.
See, Sam, from behind a bush, you've come across a wolf. The wolf howls into the air and alerts 2 other doggos in the area.
Oh, fuck.
And you're all gonna have to roll initiative. The battle has fucking begun. Okay, so the first in the turn order is Susam Undergooch. What are you gonna do, Susam?
Okay, I'm going to swing with Dunk at the wolf.
You hit for 24 and you do 4 damage. So okay, do you want to describe how badass you are when you hit the wolf?
Susan pulls Dunk from her back, places 1 foot on the tree, bounces off it majestically, and slams down on the wolf's gut.
Ah, fuck! You really fucked that wolf up. The wolf goes, and his sight is all
Don't do
hurt.
that.
You have another action.
Can I swing again with slam?
You attack with slam, and but the wolf is too quick and dodges. You actually don't hit the wolf the second time.
Okay, the blade embeds itself in the ground in the bloody puddle that the wolf is dragging behind.
Next in the order is Aaron Scott.
The roll is my bow.
14. You hit. You hit the wolf dead on. You only just hit it, but you definitely hit it, and you do a whopping 6 damage, which is awesome.
I draw another arrow from the quiver, and in one swift movement, I pull the bowstring back and let loose.
And you hit dead on. Fuck, you really got this wolf. You're really fucking this wolf up. Oh my god.
Don't forget, we need one alive.
We don't need 3 alive.
God. That's the end of your turn. Next in the turn is Kha'Zix.
Well, obviously I want a healthy wolf for the float, so is there any way I can like subdue a wolf? Because I've got animal
Tackle.
Like punch it in the face and stun it.
Yeah, you could. You do have unarmed attack. If unarmed counts as a bonus action for you, so you can do 2 if you want.
Alright, an attempt to stun, so if I
You
go...
definitely hit the wolf. You do 5 damage. You literally punched a wolf in the face. You've literally just punched a wolf in the fucking face.
You
Decked it.
did a fucking...
Badass.
I don't want to go into too much detail, but it was really fucking impressive.
There, the wolf's dead in the eye, it runs straight at me and goes...
Yeah, the wolf is running right at
Shrimp.
you. You just... You're going to do another unarmed attack?
Yeah.
You defo hit, and you do 6 damage. The wolf is now unconscious, I'm going to say, because you did exactly the correct amount. If you'd done 1 more damage, you would have fucking just killed that wolf by punching it twice.
Its
brain
head would've-
exploded.
Yeah,
its
you've
head
now...
just
It's now...
explodes.
It's passed out. I'm going to...
KO.
You have another action you can spend, because the punch was a bonus.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to Kalambu.
Hi.
Give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Now it's the wolf's turn. So Angry Doggo. It's going to actually... What it's going to do is it's going to run down here to double team Susam. A wolf has advantage on all attack rolls if it is within 5 feet of an ally. So, once it
damn.
gets down there, it takes a bite at Susam. Okay, fuck. It definitely hits and it does 11 damage, Matt.
Ouch.
And we do have a healer, so the chance of you're not going to die in this round. I'm only saying that because now the second wolf has a go.
Oh, Jesus.
That's also going to bite you. Oh, it fucks. Oh, it got and it does 7 damage.
Oh, fuck.
So you are now on free health
3.
in total. Susam is very weak.
Damn.
And Angry Doggo number 2 is now going to move. It's going to go for cover behind a tree. Now it's Susam's go.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So Susam, how do you respond to being just totally fucking mauled by 2 wolves?
That's bad. I mean, I thought the fucking slam and dunk would bring the heat, but clearly not. Haggard and wounded, Susam, she's kneeling with her 2 axes planted in the floor from the mauling, but she will not give up easily. She stands anew, flexes her arms so that the blades clink in the middle, and gets ready to strike.
What you just described sounds a lot like you're using your second wind for now.
Oh, okay, so that'll count as a go, won't it?
That's a bonus action, doesn't count as a go.
Oh, so, okay, so I'm going to use my second win.
Okay, that means you're going to have to roll a 1d10 plus 1. Damn, Susam uses her second win and gains back 9 points of hit damage.
Sick.
Back to 12, you're looking fucking fierce. You're all good.
Blood running from her face. She's angry.
Oh, she's pissed.
Angry.
This wolf is fucking dead.
This wolf is going to get a fucking
This
beating.
is the wolf that doesn't survive, everyone.
Okay, this is the one that gets this right. Okay, so purling her arms back, Susam swings both of her mighty axes at the thing's head in opposite directions, if it hits, it will just fucking obliterate that fucker.
Holy
Like,
fuck!
there's nothing left of that head if these 2 axes
Please
can
be a critical fail. Please be a critical
I'm on your team, fuckface.
All right. Roll the first one.
Okay, hang on.
Both of the axes miss and hit Susam in the biceps.
And kill her and cut her in half.
Yeah. So
Right, so what do I need to roll? Oh, come on, please do it. Come
So
on.
you hit him with slam and you hit him with dunk. The doggo is fucking definitely dead.
Okay, the blades
You
collide
have
in the thing.
120% killed. Actually, no, the second one misses.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
The second axe actually does just barely miss, but it was only on 2 health, so this is overkill.
Okay, so one axe collides with the creature's jaw, unhinging it in a fell swoop and sending it flying through the shrubbery. The other blade clinks and misses, but the damage is already done. The creature's head unfurls and falls apart from the damage.
Oh, fuck.
That's visceral.
The dog is fucking dead. You have killed the dog. It is no longer a part of the situation.
Susam lets out a mighty battle roar. "Arrgh," she says.
Kha'Zix being a peaceful man, both of you being people of nature, how do you respond to this? Having just watched this happen.
I mean,
A little bit intimidated.
I mean, the wolves attacked us.
Yeah,
it's
but surely
not,
that
you
was
know.
fucking... Oh, it had 2 health, and she swung
known
both
better.
axes into both sides of its head.
If the wolf couldn't handle the fucking might that is slam and dunk, I mean, then shouldn't have picked up. It shouldn't have bitten off more than it can chew.
And by that, I mean more chunks of Susam.
Next up is Aaron Scott.
He draws and knocks another arrow, taking aim at the final wolf that's fled off to the kind of the bushes over there. He takes aim and fires at the wolf.
It hits, and 6 piercing damage. It whacks the wolf right in the face. The wolf is basically been knocked over onto the floor now. It's only got 1 HP. It's essentially unconscious. It's like basically worthless right now. With its tail between his legs and doing that noise that you really hate when I do. You know, the one that goes like a.
Don't no, because it actually makes me think of my dog.
Oh, it runs away. It just runs away. It's
No,
gone.
I'm sorry.
Leaving 1 dead wolf and 1 unconscious wolf.
I feel bad.
And
that wolf's probably gonna die out there now.
Exactly. I wanted to put it out.
No, it's gonna go back to its pack. It's gonna go back to its pack and regain its health. It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the unconscious wolf and then bind it with my rope.
Can I take the hide of the wolf?
Oh
I've
my
killed?
fucking god, Susam. Go for it, take the pelt, add it to your inventory, go, take the pelt.
No, because like you always take the pelt, don't you?
You're gonna wear it.
Well, no, I mean you don't waste it. This is
You just murdered a wolf and you're gonna you're gonna skin it right in front.
Does it go in treasure, loot, and inventory?
You're gonna skin it in front of your friends.
Don't look.
And I'll tell you what, guys, we are out of combat, and because I know we gotta go, that brings to the end our first session of Travellers of the Unknown. Any comments, Kha'Zix?
Kha'Zix still staring at a tree.
I prefer not to harm natural animals, but the odd show you can now and again really does me good.
I do love that he really is just staring at a tree. He's just got a wolf on his back staring. He hasn't walked over to anyone. He's just staring at a tree.
He's tied the wolf up and he's just turned around, just sat there staring at a tree, just like, oh.
he's contemplating, you know.
So he's looking at the footmark, you know, where fucking Susan kicked off the tree. He's looking at the tree mark like, what does this mean?
Like he's got a fucking bleeding out wolf and he's like, oh no, the tree.
The tree is. Yeah, I'm gonna see that visitor up, dude.
And as the adventure fades out and the music swells up, we pan away from Kha'Zix staring at a tree. Join us next time on Travellers of the Unknown.
Oh, wow, that was awesome, Chrissy. That was really good.
Thank you. I'm glad I was still recording. I can put that in now.
I really enjoyed that.
That's really good.
I mean, it was alright.
Okay.